Good morning to all MSc second year students, semester third. Today we'll start the unit third, some three dimensional, three dimensional, yes, three dimensional, three dimensional fluids. So in this unit third, we start this topic, some three dimensional fluids. Before starting this, I will take some basic definitions which are included in this unit 3. So first definition is source. Source. What is source? Source is a point from which liquid is emitted radially and symmetrically in all directions in xy plane. Source is a point from which liquid is emitted radially and symmetrically in all directions in xy plane. Suppose this is a x plane and this is a y plane. In this plane, suppose this is a point P, and this point P. Now this is the source. This source is a point from which liquid is emitted radially and symmetrically in all directions of this xy plane. In all directions of this xy plane is known as the source. Now about sink. What about sink? Sink. Sink is a point in which fluid is flowing in symmetrically and radially in all directions, called sink. This sink is the negative of the source. So what is the difference between sink and source? What is difference between sink and source? Source is a point at which liquid is continuously created, and sink is a point at which liquid is continuously annihilated. This is the difference between the sink and source. Now, what is the strength? What is the strength? Strength. Strength of a source is defined as total volume of flow per unit time from it. Total volume of flow per unit time from it. And thus, this 4 pi m is the total volume of flow across any small circle surrounding the source. And then this m is called strength of the source, and sink is the source of strength minus m. This is the strength. This is the definition of strength. Now what is doublet? So doublet. Doublet is defined as a combination of source and sink. Doublet is a combination of source and sink of strength minus m at a small distance delta s apart such that the product m delta s is a finite, is a doublet. Now what is the strength of doublet? Strength of doublet. Strength of doublet. What is the strength of doublet? If m delta s is mu, which is finite, here this m tends to infinity and this delta tends to 0, then this mu is called the strength of the doublet, and this line delta s is called the axis of the doublet, and its direction is taken from sink to source, Now we'll see the next article, that is the velocity potential of a simple source of a strength m. Velocity potential of a simple source of strength m. Now consider a simple source. This is a simple source. Consider a simple source m at this point O in a fluid which is presumed to contain no other sources or sinks and which would otherwise be at rest. And this S is the surface of the sphere with center O. This S is the surface of the sphere with center O, with this center O, and this R is the radius, and this point P is a field on this surface S, and such that this OP bar is equal to R bar, and then the fluid velocity at this point P along this OP bar is Q, along OP bar, and this magnitude Q is everywhere constant over this S, surface S. The volume of the fluid crossing S per unit time is 4 pi r square cube, and that emitted from this O per unit time is 4 pi m. Since the fluid is incompressible, these two are equal from considerations of the continuity, that is 4 pi r square cube is equal to 4 pi m. So what is m? Therefore this m is equal to r square cube, and then what is this q? This q is m upon r square. What is? We have 4 pi r square cube is equal to 4 pi m. So this will be cancelled, and m is equal to r square q. So what is q? Q is equal to m upon r square, m upon r square, or this q is equal to m upon r square r cap. Here this r cap is the unit vector. Suppose this is number 1, which is a fluid velocity. This is the fluid velocity. Fluid velocity. Therefore, curl q bar is 0, except at r is equal to 0, except at r is equal to 0, and so that the flow is of the potential kind. Therefore, flow is of the potential kind. Therefore, flow is of the potential kind. Potential kind. Now, let phi be the velocity potential. Let phi be the velocity potential, and phi is the velocity potential at point P. From the consideration of symmetry, we have phi is equal to phi of r. Then this del phi is equal to phi dash of r into r cap. Phi dash of r into r cap. Phi is equal to phi of r. So differentiate this with, so we get del phi is equal to phi dash of r into r cap. So we know q is minus del phi. Q is minus del phi. So we take here minus. So this implies that minus q is equal to, what is del? What is del phi? Del phi is dou phi by dou r. Del phi is dou phi by dou r into r cap. So we know that q is m upon r square into r cap. So in place of this q, we take this minus sign as it is here, and this dou phi by dou r into r cap as it is. Therefore, what we get? This dou phi by dou r can be written as phi dash of r. So phi dash of r is equal to m upon minus m upon r square. We get phi dash of r is equal to minus m upon r square. Now integrate this. After integrating, what we get? Integration and differentiation will be cancelled. We get phi of r is equal to plus m upon r. We get this. So, which is the required potential for the simple source? Which is required potential for the simple source? Now we'll see the next article, that is three-dimensional doublet or dipole. Three-dimensional doublet or dipole. So what we have? We have, suppose this is a point P. This is r dash. This is r. This is angle theta. this is O dash m minus m. This distance is delta S. Suppose we have simple sources of strengths minus m at this point O and m at this point O dash. In this fluid, where vector moment of the doublet O dash, vector moment of the doublets O dash is equal to delta S. And let this point P be any other point in the fluid such that this OP bar is equal to R bar, and this OP dash bar, this OP bar is R bar, and this OP dash bar is R dash bar. We use R is equal to mod R dash is equal to mod R dash, and this delta S is equal to mod delta S. Also mu is equal to m delta S. So now suppose m tends to infinity. And delta S tends to 0. In such a way that mu remains finite and constant, then in the limit, the two sources, positive or negative m, of infinitely great magnitude and coincident at point O, are said to constitute a three-dimensional doublet or dipole at this O. The quantity mu is termed moment or strength of the doublet. The quantity mu is equal to mu A cap, where this A cap is a unit vector. A cap is a unit vector in the direction O dash. Also, the direction of this A cap is that of the axis of the doublet. Let us now find the velocity potential at this point P due to the doublet at this point O. Suppose the flow is entirely due to this minus m, at this point O, and m at this point O dash. The velocity potential P is phi is equal to m upon r dash minus m upon r. This can be written as m of r minus r dash upon r dash multiplied by r plus r dash to numerator and denominator. Then what we get? We get this phi is equal to m in bracket r minus r dash r plus r dash upon r dash in bracket r plus r dash. This can be written as phi is equal to m delta s into r plus r dash divided by r dash r plus r dash. This can be written in this way, and therefore we know that mu is m ds, mu is m delta s. So in place of m delta s we can write mu, and therefore we get phi is equal to mu in bracket r plus r dash divided by r dash into r plus r dash. Now keep O fixed and O dash tends to 0, so that r dash tends to r, mu is constant, and then we get phi is equal to mu of r plus r dash upon phi is equal to mu of r plus r, here r dash tends to r, so in place of r dash we take r. So mu of r plus r divided by r, in r dash we take r plus in r dash we take r here. So what we get? This is equal to 2 mu r upon 2r cube. So this can be written as mu into r to the power minus 2 with angle POO dash is theta. Other equivalent forms for phi are phi is equal to mu into r cap into r to the power minus 2, and this can be written as mu r to the power minus 2 into cos theta, and this shows that phi is equal to phi of r theta, so that the axis of doublet is an axis of symmetry. Now taking P to have spherical polar coordinates r theta psi, referred to the axis of the doublet as infinite time, or not infinite time, that is the initial time. The velocity potential at P being phi of phi of r theta is equal to mu cos theta upon r square. And therefore what we get? Therefore we get the velocity components of p. Velocity components of p are qr is equal to minus dou phi by dou r, and that is equal to 2 mu cos theta upon r cube, and q theta is equal to minus 1 upon r dou phi by dou theta, and this is equal to 1 upon r mu sin theta by r square, and therefore this can be written as mu sin theta upon r cube, and therefore q psi is equal to minus 1 upon r sin theta into dou phi by dou psi, which is equal to 0. It has been shown that the equations of the streamlines are psi is equal to constant and r is equal to a into sin square theta. That the equations of the streamlines are psi is equal to constant and r is equal to a sin square theta. Thus the streamlines in planes passing through the axis of the doublet. So our next article is images in a rigid infinite plane. Suppose this is figure first and we have this figure second. Suppose the surface is S, can be drawn in a moving fluid in such way that there is no transport of a fluid across the S. Let S divide the fluid into two regions labeled first and second. Then any system of sources, sinks or doublets in second is called an image system of the region first in S, in the surface S. If we remove the fluid in second region and replace S by a rigid boundary of the same size and shape, then the flow in one is unaltered. And figure first shows that a simple source of strength M situated at a distance A from infinite rigid plane, this infinite rigid plane y dash, we first show that the appropriate image system for this is an equal surface at this A dash, at this A dash. The optic image of A, optic image of A in the plane. Now consider in this figure 2, in which we have equal sources of strength M at A of minus A 0 0 and at A dash of A comma 0 0. Let this P0 be any point on the plane y dash. This is a y dash in this figure. Then the fluid velocity, at this point P0 is equal to m upon AP0 cube into AP0 bar plus m upon A dash P0 into A dash P0 bar. So this term as it is. So we know that AP dash P0 is AP0. So in this A dash P0 we take AP0. So what we get, m upon AP0 cube. Here is a cube, A dash P0 as it is, and therefore we get this m and this m is common, so we take here common. AP0 is also common, so AP0 cube is also common, so we take here AP0. Then what we get? We get this AP0 bar plus A dash P0 bar. So we have m upon AP0 cube into AP0 bar plus A dash P0 bar. We know that AP0 bar plus A dash P0 bar is 2 OP bar, 2 OP0 bar. So in place of this we can write 2 OP0 bar, and this m as it is, AP0 cube as it is. So this shows that any point P0, this shows that any point P0 on y dash, the fluid flows tangentially to the plane y dash. Thus there is no transport of fluid across this plane. This figure first and this figure second, at all corresponding points P0 on the surfaces y dash, dou phi by dou n is equal to 0. Dou phi by dou n is equal to 0. For the region of flow, x is greater than or equal to 0. By the uniqueness theorem, we infer then that the image of m at A, in y dash, in this figure, image of this m at this point A in this y dash is m at A dash. The optic image of A in y dash. Now consider the pair of sources minus m at A and plus m at B close together on the one side of the rigid plane y dash. The image system is minus m at A dash. Image system is minus m at A dash and m at B dash, where A dash and B dash are respectively optic images of the points A and B. So this shown that the image of doublet in an infinite rigid plane is an equal doublet symmetrically deposited with respect to the plane. Now we will take the another article, that is the images in solid spheres. Images in solid spheres. Solid spheres. Now, before taking this images in solid spheres article, we'll take the definition of harmonic function. A function phi is said to be harmonic if and only if it satisfies the Laplace equation, and that Laplace equation is del square phi is equal to 0. If this satisfies, then function is harmonic. Now, to study the image in a solid sphere, we take the spherical polar coordinate system of the spherical polar coordinate r theta psi, and hence the Laplace equation in the system is, del square phi is equal to 1 upon r square sin theta dou by dou r of r square sin theta into dou phi by dou r plus dou by dou theta of sin theta dou phi by dou theta plus dou by dou psi into 1 upon sin theta dou phi by dou psi is equal to 0. This is the spherical polar coordinate system of the spherical polar coordinates r theta psi. Now we will see the another theorem. If r to the power n into Sn of theta psi means this function is harmonic function. If this function is harmonic function, then r bar to the power n plus 1 Sn of theta psi is also harmonic function. If this is harmonic, then we want to show that this is also harmonic function. Now let phi is equal to r to the power n Sn of theta psi is harmonic function. Therefore dou phi by dou r is equal to n r to the power n minus 1 Sn. We differentiate this phi is equal to r to the power n Sn of theta psi with respect to r. with respect to r. So this dou phi by dou r is n into r to the power n minus 1 into Sn. And again we differentiate this function with respect to theta. Then we get r to the power n dou Sn by dou theta. Again we differentiate this function phi with respect to psi. Then we get dou phi by dou psi is equal to r to the power n dou Sn by dou psi. And therefore it satisfies the Laplace equation in a spherical polar coordinate form. Therefore we have one upon r square sin theta dou by dou r of r square sin theta n into r to the power n minus 1 into Sn plus dou by dou theta of sin theta r to the power n dou Sn by dou theta plus dou by dou psi of 1 upon sin theta into r to the power n dou Sn by dou psi into dou Sn by dou psi is equal to 0. So what we get? So dou by dou r of n into sin theta into r to the power n plus 1 Sn plus r to the power n into dou by dou theta of sin theta dou Sn by dou theta plus r to the power n upon sin theta dou 2 Sn by dou psi square, which is equal to 0. Again after differentiation, what we get? We get n in bracket n plus 1 r to the power n Sn sin theta plus r to the power n dou by dou theta r to the power n dou by dou theta sin theta dou Sn by dou theta plus r to the power n cos theta dou 2 Sn by dou psi square is equal to 0. And then therefore this can be written as n in bracket n plus 1 Sn sin theta plus dou by dou theta of sin theta dou Sn by dou theta plus cosec theta dou 2 Sn by dou psi square is equal to 0. R to the power n is common, that common into 0 is 0. So what do we get? Also taking phi is equal to r to the power minus n plus 1 Sn of theta psi what do we get? Differentiate this phi function again. We get dou phi by dou r. Differentiate this with respect to r, with respect to theta, and with respect to psi. So what do we get? Again we get dou phi by dou r is equal to minus n plus 1 r to the power minus n minus 1 into Sn. And that can be written in this way: minus n plus 1 r to the power minus n plus 2 into Sn. So we differentiate this function phi with respect to theta. We get this dou phi by dou theta is equal to r to the power minus n plus 1 into dou Sn by dou theta. Again differentiate this with respect to psi. We get r to the power minus n plus 1 into dou Sn by dou psi. Now by using the Laplace equation in spherical polar coordinate system, then we get del square phi into r square sin theta is equal to dou by dou r of r square sin theta into dou phi by dou r plus dou by dou theta of sin theta dou phi by dou theta plus dou by dou psi of 1 upon sin theta dou phi by dou psi. What we get? This can be written as minus dou by dou r sin square r square sin theta into n plus 1 r to the power minus n plus 2 into Sn plus dou by dou theta of sin theta and dou phi by dou theta is r to the power minus n plus 1 into dou Sn by dou theta. We put the value of this here and the value of this dou phi by dou r is here and the value of dou phi by dou psi is here. So dou by dou psi of 1 upon sin theta into this. So then what we get? We get del square phi into r square sin theta is equal to dou by dou r of minus n plus 1 r to the power minus n sin theta Sn plus r to the power minus n plus 1 into dou by dou theta of sin theta dou Sn by dou theta plus cosec theta r to the power minus n plus 1 dou 2 Sn by dou psi square. This can be written as minus n plus 1 into minus n into r to the power minus n plus 1. Differentiate this with respect to r, then we get this into sin theta Sn plus differentiate this with respect to theta, r to the power minus n plus 1 as it is into dou by dou theta of sin theta dou Sn by dou theta plus r to the power minus n plus 1 into cosec theta into dou 2 Sn by dou psi square. So what is common? These terms are the common. So we take outside here and remaining are n in bracket n plus 1 sin theta Sn plus dou by dou theta of sin theta dou Sn by dou theta plus cosec theta dou 2 Sn by dou psi square. These are the remaining terms. So we know that equation first is, what is equation first? Equation first is n in bracket n plus 1 sin theta Sn plus dou by dou theta of sin theta dou Sn by dou theta cosec theta dou 2 Sn by dou psi square is 0. This is the equation first, which is equal to 0, and therefore this term into 0 is 0, and therefore this satisfies the Laplace equation. Therefore this function satisfies the Laplace equation, and so this is the harmonic function. Now we'll see the next theorem. If phi of r theta psi has an expansion of the form phi of r theta psi is equal to summation over pi is equal to 0 to infinity alpha n r to the power n Sn of theta psi. The series on the right being uniformly convergent with respect to r, then for constant lambda 1 upon r to the power lambda integration over 0 to r capital R to the power lambda minus 1 into phi of r theta psi into dr is equal to summation over n is equal to 0 to infinity alpha n r to the power n Sn of theta psi upon n plus lambda. We want to prove this. So we have phi of r theta psi is equal to summation n is equal to 0 to infinity alpha n r to the power n Sn of theta psi. We have this. So we take here r is equal to r and multiplied both the sides by r to the power lambda minus 1, and we take r is equal to r. What do we get? We get r to the power lambda minus 1 phi of r theta psi is equal to summation n is equal to 0 to infinity alpha n r to the power n plus lambda minus 1 by taking both the sides r to the power lambda minus 1 into Sn of theta psi. Now integrate these both the sides. With respect to r within the limit 0 to r we get. So integration over 0 to r to the power lambda minus 1 into phi of r theta psi into dr is equal to integration over again 0 to r. We take this term. So this is equal to summation over n is equal to 0 to infinity alpha n into integration of this is r to the power n plus lambda minus 1 plus 1, so that will be 0. Here we have only r to the power n plus lambda upon n plus lambda into this function as it is, and integration over this is 0 to r. So what do we get? We get this is equal to summation over n is equal to 0 to infinity alpha n r to the power n into r to the power lambda upon n plus lambda into Sn of theta psi, and therefore this is equal to this, and so we have 1 upon r to the power lambda integration over 0 to r to the power lambda minus 1 phi of r theta psi into dr is equal to summation n is equal to 0 to infinity alpha n r to the power n Sn into Sn of theta psi upon n plus lambda. We have proved this. Is the result of theorem is completed. Now we'll see the next theorem. That theorem is which theorem? Weiss-Spear theorem. Let phi of r theta psi be the velocity potential at a point P having spherical polar coordinates r theta psi in an incompressible fluid having irrotational motion, there being no rigid boundaries. Also suppose phi has no singularities within in the region r is less than or is equal to a. Then When a solid of radius a is introduced into the flow with its center at the origin of coordinates, the new velocity potential at point P in the fluid is phi of r theta psi plus a upon r phi of a square upon r comma theta comma psi minus 1 upon a integration over 0 to a square by r phi of r theta psi dr, where this r is greater than e. R is greater than e. Now we'll see the proof of this theorem. Suppose that phi is a regular near the origin and has the expansion of the form phi of r theta psi is equal to summation over n is equal to 0 to infinity alpha n r to the power n Sn of theta psi. Here each r to the power n Sn of theta psi is harmonic and each alpha n is known. When the sphere is introduced into the stream, it will produce the perturbation potential which will be 0 at infinity and which must be harmonic. Suppose that perturbation potential has the form summation n is equal to 0 to infinity beta n r to the power minus n plus 1 into Sn of theta psi. Suppose this is second. Here the coefficient, this beta n, are undetermined. Thus the new velocity potential P is phi of r theta psi. And where this phi of r theta psi is summation n is equal to 0 to infinity alpha n r to the power n Sn of theta psi plus summation n is equal to 0 to infinity beta n into r to the power minus n plus 1 Sn of theta psi. So differentiate this function phi with respect to r. Then what we get? If we differentiate this, we get dou phi by dou r is equal to summation n is equal to 0 to infinity alpha n dot n into r to the power n minus 1 into Sn of theta psi minus summation over n is equal to 0 to infinity beta n of n plus 1 into r to the power minus n plus 2 Sn of theta psi. On r is equal to a, we require dou phi by dou r is 0. On r is equal to a, we require dou phi by dou r is 0. So this dou phi by dou r is equal to summation over n is equal to 0 to infinity alpha n into n a to the power n minus 1 Sn of theta psi minus n is equal to 0 to infinity beta n of n plus 1 into a to the power minus n plus 2 into Sn of theta psi is 0. So this alpha n dot n into a to the power n minus 1 minus n plus 1 beta n a to the power minus n plus 2 is equal to 0, where this n is equal to 0, 1, 2, so and so. So what we get? Therefore, we get n plus 1 beta n a to the power minus n plus 2 and alpha n is equal to alpha n into n a to the power n minus 1. So what we get? We get this beta n is equal to this alpha n into n e to the power n minus 1 divided by n plus 1 is equal to n plus 1 minus 1 upon n plus 1 into alpha n into e to the power 2n plus 1. And this can be written as, if we take this common, we get this term where n is equal to 0, 1, 2. The permutation potential is equal to 1 upon r summation over n is equal to 0 to infinity alpha n e to the power r e to the power 2 upon r into Sn minus 1 upon a summation n is equal to 0 to infinity alpha n into a square by r to the power n plus 1 into this Sn upon n plus 1. So what we get? We get this is equal to, we know that this term is phi of a square by r comma theta into psi, and this term is integration over 0 to a square by r phi of r theta psi dr. We know phi of r theta psi is summation over n is equal to 0 to infinity alpha n r to the power n Sn of theta psi. The series on the right being uniformly convergent with respect to r, and therefore we have 1 upon r to the power lambda integration over 0 to r into r to the power lambda minus 1 into phi of r theta psi into dr is equal to summation over n is equal to 0 to infinity alpha n r to the power n Sn of theta psi of n plus lambda. Put lambda is equal to 1 plus put lambda is equal to 1 only. Then what we get? If we put the value lambda is equal to 1, then we get integration over 1 upon r into lambda. Lambda is 1 here, so 1 into 1 is 1 upon r. Integration over 0 to r. So again here lambda is 1, r to the power 1 minus 1 is r to the power 0. So that is also 1 into this phi of r theta psi dr as it is. And this can be again written as, this is equal to summation n is equal to 0 to infinity r to the power n alpha n Sn of theta psi upon n plus lambda here. So lambda is 1, so we have here 1. Hence we proved this Weiss-Spear theorem. Now next article is axisymmetric flows. Axisymmetric flows. In that flows there is a Stokes stream function. There is a Stokes stream function. Suppose that this z-axis is axis of the symmetry in an axisymmetric flow, and point P, this is a point P in the fluid specified by cylindrical polar coordinates r, theta, z, and then at this point P all scalar and vector functions associated with the flow are independent of theta, independent of that theta. The equation of continuity, we know the equation of continuity del Q is 0 for incompressible flow, is in the form of dou by dou r, is in the form of dou by dou r of r qr plus dou by dou z of r qz, which is equal to 0. Suppose this is number 1. Now taking q is equal to qr plus qz into k, if we can find the scalar function, psi of rz such that this qr is 1 upon r dou psi by dou z, and this qz is equal to minus 1 upon r dou psi by dou r. Now put the values of qr and qz in equation first. What is the equation first? Equation first is dou by dou r qr plus dou by dou z qz is equal to 0. This is the equation first. So if we put the values of this qr and qz in this equation first, then we get dou by dou r as it is, and qr is 1 upon r dou psi by dou z plus dou by dou z as it is, and qz is minus 1 upon r dou psi by dou r. So what we get? We get dou 2 psi by dou r dou z. This will be cancel. This r cancel. This minus 1 into this is minus dou 2 psi by dou z dou r, which is equal to 0. and such function psi is called Stokes stream function. Such function psi is called Stokes stream function. Now, what is the physical meaning of Stokes stream function? What is the physical meaning of Stokes stream function? Now, we'll see the physical meaning of Stokes stream function psi. Stokes stream function psi. The given figure, this given figure shows a meridian section of the type of flow. There is no velocity component perpendicular to the meridian plane in the section AB. In this section AB is an arc of plane curve C. This is the plane curve C, and this point P being the point on its distance r, from this OZ, axis, this distance r from this OZ axis, and Z from OR, this distance Z from this OR, and PP dash this PP dash is of this length delta S. We have to find the volume of fluid crossing the surface of revolution of AB, this AB, about this OZ, per unit time from right to left, denoting by this alpha, the angle which is the tangent at P, this P to the curve C makes with this OZ, the normal component of velocity at P from right to left is QR cos alpha minus QZ sin alpha is equal to 1 upon R cos alpha dou psi by dou Z plus sin alpha dou psi by dou R. So this can be written as, here this cos alpha is dou Z by dou S and this sin alpha is dou R by dou S. So in place of cos alpha we can put dou Z by dou S, and in place of sin alpha we substitute this dou R by dou S. So what we get? We get this is equal to 1 upon R of dou Z by dou S into dou psi by dou Z as it is, plus dou R by dou S into dou psi by dou R as it is, and this can be written as 1 upon R dou psi by dou S. Thus the volume of the fluid which crosses the surface of revolution at point pp dash about oz per unit time is 1 upon r dou psi by dou s into 2 pi r delta s is equal to 2 pi delta s dou psi by dou s, and this delta s dou psi by dou s can be written as delta psi. So this will be 2 pi delta psi, where this delta psi is psi p dash minus psi p. Hence the total volume of fluid crossing the surface of revolution of the arc AB about OZ per unit time from right to left is integration over A to B two pi d psi 2 pi d psi is equal to 2 pi. So integrate this, we get psi b minus psi, and this takes psi is 0, and if we take psi is equal to 0, so that the volume of crossing the surface of revolution of the arc AB about OZ per unit time from right to left is 2 pi psi, is 2 pi psi. So our another article is velocity components in terms of spherical polar coordinates and derivatives of the stream function, In this given figure shows the meridian section through the axis of symmetry OZ of the flow P being at distance r, OP is equal to distance r, and angular distance is this theta from this OZ. This is the OZ bar. The fluid velocity components at P, this P are QR along this OP bar, and Q theta at right angles to it in the sense of theta increasing, the length PP1, this length PP1 and PP2 and this length PP2 are respectively delta r and r delta theta, and take delta s is equal to delta r. The area of the surface of the revolution of this delta s about OZ is 2 pi r theta delta r, that is 2 pi r sin theta delta r, and the volume of the fluid crossing this per unit time from right to left is 2 pi r sin theta delta r q theta, and hence psi is the stream function at point P, and then we get 2 pi delta psi is equal to 2 pi r sin theta delta r into q theta, and therefore this 2 pi will be cancelled, and what we get? We get this q theta is equal to delta psi by delta r, delta psi by delta r into 1 upon r sin theta, 1 upon r sin theta. So if we take delta s is equal to r delta theta, if we take delta s is equal to r delta theta, the area of the surface of revolution about OZ is two pi r sin theta into r delta theta is equal to 2 pi r square sin theta delta theta. The volume of the fluid crossing this per unit time from right to left is 2 pi r square sin theta delta theta into minus qr and so what do you get? We get 2 pi delta psi is equal to 2 pi r square sin theta delta theta into minus qr, and therefore this qr is equal to minus 1 upon r square sin theta dou psi by dou theta. We get this. Okay, today we'll stop here. Tomorrow we'll take the next article, some special forms of the stream function for axisymmetric irrotational motion. Okay, today we'll stop here. Thank you.